Bring 'em up to the front of the room for an interview on a Sunday afternoon.
Do this shit.
Took a shortcut but felt like a long route. Stunt in this bitch to give you something to talk about. Me, love or hate me, either way, gonna rock it out. Got some new shoes and I think I'm gonna rock them out. Soft spoken but hardened, not a rocket now. Feeling like LL Cool J, I'ma rock the bell. I get the ladies wetter than a water well. I move swift like a well in the water well. See, I'm different, I separate myself. Gonna blow up, no need to detonate myself. Quick to cut them off like why rats need a tail. I'm holding this shit up like why pants need a belt. They tryna jail our people or they gotta sell on bail. Shedding blood cells because they leading us to cells of true evil. Leadership from hell, it's too evil. Witches with a spell. I got them all like, now they all singing. I got them all like, now they all singing. I got them all like, now they all singing. Now they all singing. Now they all singing. Take notes, we about to make history. Me and Scooby Dooby, no it ain't a mystery. I don't gotta try hard, rapping was a gift to me. Rolling up a dub and now I'm riding with a victory. Born and raised, I gotta rep Salt Lake. Watch, my music gon' be selling like some hotcakes. Got these haters nervous, something like a hot day. Pause, see I'm rhyming with the bars. I put my words together, it's different. You think I came from Mars? No, not talk about Bruno. Breezy in this bitch and we know I'm colder than Pluto. Yeah, and my squad be the meanest. Swinging for the top spot like Serena and Venus. I'm gonna be all over, like a NASA rover. Call my dog over, ain't talk about Red Rover. Not stopping to my mama in a Red Rover. I got them all like, now they all singing. I got them all like, now they all singing. I got them all like, now they all singing. Now they all singing. Now they all singing.
Bring 'em up to the front of the room for an interview.
All right.
Oh,
Welcome to Zoetic Productions today. On Bring 'em Up Front, we have the Breezy.
the
What is
mixed breed. Doing in the motherfucking house. Sick Lake Muzic.
Hey.
Sick Lake artist.
We are so happy to have
Band.
we are so happy to have you on today. This is sick. Yes, episode 4.
Fresh off of the 801 takeoff. That must be an amazing experience, man. Why don't you tell us about that for a little bit?
Yeah, so, I mean, it was kind of last minute to me, essentially. You know what I mean? I was sitting in my room. I think I had the day off of work. I got a call from Lamb, and he was like, "Hey, I have this thing called the 801 Takeoff, and you're gonna have the opportunity to be on the radio and all this good stuff." And I was like, "Oh, that sounds kind of cool, you know?" And he was like, "Yeah, Savvy had mentioned you to me, so like, we want to get you involved. So shout out to Savvy for that. You know, I appreciated that." And yeah, so I just thought it was a one kind of performance thing, you know,
Uh,
Yeah.
and like a one and done. Okay, like, but no, it was like there was stages after. There was the Road to Young Blue after the first initial uh contest the first night, and so that was dope. It was a fun journey.
nice. What? Tell us about the Road to Young Blue. Like, what was that?
So the Road to Young Blue was basically like it was like a side branch for the takeoff. So the 801 takeoff the first night was like the winner from that was like the champion because that was the battle. But then Road to Young Blue was like they did a few phases. They did a phase where basically you had to get likes on you had to post in the 801 takeoff Facebook group, and then whoever got the most likes and or whatever, there was a first, third, second place, and there was a few different other phases. So it was pretty dope. And then I had to do a performance at the Salt Lake Mitsubishi and it
Word.
was fun. I had my family show up, and yeah, it was a blast.
That's so fun. And it was outside at the place, or was
Yeah,
it like
yeah. So it's like in the parking lot of it, you know, some gravel, you know, a little street aspect to it, but it was fun.
It's always nice to keep that grimy,
That grit
that,
to
that
it.
grit feel for
Absolutely.
where it originated. It's important to keep that aspect of it.
Absolutely, 100%.
definitely. So tell us about your track that you just spit. Like,
Okay, so that track's it's an older track. I think I recorded that maybe even at the old studio, like maybe like 6 years ago. But it's a part of my album, um, and that was just like a track. Like I didn't really have too much like a thought process of how I was gonna do the track. You know what I mean? So I just kind of got the juices flowing, and you know I came up with that. And so like you know I shouted out Scoob in there with the little you know Scooby Dooby. No, it's not a mystery bar. You know what I
Scooby
mean?
Dooby Doo.
So yeah, you know, I always like to represent like myself, my team, my family, and my lyrics and stuff like that. So
oh
Hey,
yeah,
speaking of Scoop, what was it like growing up with him? Because you are in fact his nephew. You're
well,
his family.
so Scoob, so he's my uncle by my mom growing up with him back in the day, you know. So it's
Yeah.
not blood or nothing like that, but I remember him from when I was a kid, and he was the rapper guy with the he had the tour bus with all their faces on the side of the bus.
Back when he was King Civil the 15th.
Yeah, exactly. So like I always looked up to him, and I remember being a kid and reaching out to him like, oh, like Scoob, you know, I want to get down, and he would tell me like, you know, one day, you know, like you'll have your opportunity. And, you know, he came to me when I was maybe like 19 years old, and was like, hey, like he had a studio at his house at the time. He didn't have none of this at the time, and he was like, I'm about to get a studio together. You know, I'm just looking for a building to build it in, and
Yeah.
I want to put you on Sick Lake, you know, like I think you're ready and it's time. And so I've been working with him ever since.
So you were with him even way before. Obviously, you were with him before all this. But
Yeah.
what can you describe the first day you yourself came into this very studio, and what was that
So
like from the beginning to where that first market?
yeah, so I mean, coming into this specific studio was awesome because the studio we had before was dope, you know, but it was in a warehouse, it was cold, and you know, it had a bit of a different vibe to it. But this one, you know, they built the walls, they got the walls done so they were soundproof, they got the soundproof glass. There was some construction that went on down here, and I think the way this turned out, it's a vibe, and this is like a second home to me, you know. So
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
anytime I walk in here, it's just like you know,
right.
home, you know.
Yeah, we kind of took to a saying here is we call it, your uncle calls that booth the igloo during the winter.
Absolutely. Got the heater in there, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You gotta crank it up, you gotta crank it up.
No snow. Yeah, it's been cold, but it doesn't.
Coats, my hoodies and beanies, and I'm like, oh no, I'm
It doesn't, it
good.
doesn't justify the fact that it's still freezing out there, but there's no snow.
No snow. I think also too, once you get in the booth and start kind of moving around and kind of
Oh yeah.
you start to heat up a little bit, you know. So
Like we say in
Question for
Sick
you.
Lakes, bring your own damn heat. You know?
Booth, do you sit down too? No. Okay, good. Because I have to have my mic low, and now everybody's been just no, keep it. I want to sit.
a lot. And who is in here? Because you know I don't. I'll be your phone. Remember this, the mic's always so low, and I gotta
Yeah.
crank it up to my level.
Everybody asks that same question, like, who has been here?
Yeah, like if it's up here, it's like, oh, who's in here? The one.
Meduzi.
Kind of started.
Keep it. It's cool.
Yeah, we just kind of started a trend. I mean, I'm just gonna sit down and do this.
Yeah, and I'm not against sitting down or nothing like that. You know what I mean? I think it's just easier for me to kind of get my breaths and kind of get my posture right.
This is things you like to throw singing into your songs. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
I actually have to be doing that when I'm chopping for some reason. Like it just opens up your vocals. So that you can just
I'm sure you can get that from sitting down too, but I also kind of like I don't know. I've never really done it, so maybe I would like it. I don't know. But
that's cool that like it was someone within your family that got you inspired to get into hip hop yourself.
and honestly, before that, with my older brother, he goes by Y Hate, and he was killing it on the music scene back in like 2011, 2010, 2012. He got like hottest artist of the year from the Utah Underground Hip Hop Awards, 2011. And so he was the real, like, he's the one who actually like inspired me to really want to do it. You know what I mean? Because I didn't meet my older brother till I was maybe 7. You know, like he's on my dad's side. I found out I had an older brother. I met him. We look alike, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of crazy, you know. And then find out he's a rapper, and I wanted to be like him, you know. So, and then Scoob obviously was an inspiration as well, and he took me under his wing. So I appreciate both of them for
Absolutely.
getting me here, you know.
And you're here right now. Where do you want to be in the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself?
So that's a great question, you know. And where I would like to see myself is I would like to see myself getting more, you know, into the music scene, like whether it's performing or just marketing and just networking, things like that. Because I'm a pretty aloof person, you know. So I think kind of getting out of my comfort zone and kind of really just engulfing myself in it. Like so, I see myself really kind of getting out of my comfort zone and really taking all this
I have
in.
a question.
Uh-huh.
Would you go to outer space with the space dogs and do a collab with us sometime?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, dude, we
Yeah.
can definitely make that. Just everybody.
Have you noticed when you collab that you can actually like go to shows with people? You can hop on their shows. You can see different fan. Like you can kind of get an experience with where we're at. You know. But yeah, that would be dope too. Yeah, I love networking and collabing.
But then again, is that there's that saying, little competition aspect. Yeah,
Makes you better. I think it makes you better.
Yeah, exactly. Like even when you're writing raps with your friends or something, you know, like you guys are all doing your thing and it's all dope, but at the end of the day, like you're still kind of competing. It's like, oh, homie snapped on that. I might have to rethink this verse.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, oh, damn, Sonny, put the sauce in there. Mine's all bland. I mean, my verse was a mashed potatoes, and his was like steak shit. And I'm like,
Yes, like there's been songs I've done like with people like my homie YC. He's pretty dope, you know, and I've done songs with him, and I'm like, oh man, like I feel like I didn't step up on that. But then he's all like, oh bro, your verse was fire on that. So sometimes I might feel a certain way about it, but it's not perceived like that by other people. They might actually fuck with it, you know?
right.
So
Yeah, I don't know. These days they practice the punching method when they just go in, just
yeah, kind of just do little punch-ins, kind of like how they did back in the day, like NWA. They would do little punch-ins and stuff like that. So it's
Gotta have a good producer like Scoob. He is amazing at that stuff.
Yeah.
He's one of the best producers I've ever worked with, and you are so lucky to have him as one of your mentors and inspirations. That's so sick.
business, just life in general. You know, he's married, been married for a long time. Like, so you can look up to him in multiple aspects, even outside of music. So,
He's a good family dude.
oh yeah.
You know, he's all about his family, which is really dope. So that's cool that you're part of it.
Speaking of collaboration, who would be your dream collaboration? Like, who would be the one rapper you want to say like that is like you'd be like, oh, like I really got to bring the heat. Not scared per se, but
So like this is like any rapper out there.
yeah, any rapper. Like,
Good rap with.
I mean, there's obviously multiple, you know, but probably like Ti is one of my favorite rappers. Like
okay.
your parents, you know what I'm saying? It's like Hustle Gang. I used to listen to Hustle Gang a lot when I was in high school. Yeah, I thought Ti was pretty good. I like him. ATL is one of my favorite movies, especially when I was a kid growing up.
Yeah, that's
ATL. What's that other one he's in? He's in it's the action one, Taken.
Oh,
No, not
Taken.
Taken.
He wasn't taken though. No, not taken. I know which one you're talking
about.
about. Yeah. Takers.
Takers.
Yeah. They had Chris Brown in there. Wasn't Paul Walker in?
It wasn't Paul Walker. I think it was the dude from Four Brothers, the Jack, the younger brother. I think it was him.
Oh,
But yeah, no, that movie fired. Ti like
T.I.'s sick, man. He's a good actor.
Have you seen The Trap?
yeah, with him and Mike Epps.
Yeah, where they push that medicinal chicken.
Yeah. It's fired.
I haven't. I'm gonna have to watch it.
Oh, it's on Netflix.
That's cool.
Yeah, movies. I'm a music head. I'm a movie head. So I love movies.
Okay. Well, speaking of that, let's pull out some urban trivia. Let's see. See if you do know your shit, man.
I was doing the Indiana Jones. I was trying to do the Price is Right, but
That's right, Indiana Jones.
Music.
All right.
Okay. Okay, Charlie Wilson, aka Uncle Charlie, got his start with which legendary group? Was it A, Maids, B, the Gap Band, C, Earth, Wind, and Fire, or D, Ohio Players?
I'm gonna have to guess on this one. I'm gonna go to Gap Band.
Yep, D. That
Go.
Wilson, aka Uncle Charlie, did in fact get his start in the Gap Band. In the bomb on motherfuckers. That's what he's at.
A proposition. If you can get 3 right in a row, would you want to win a ticket to one of our shows?
Yeah.
Are you down for that?
Try a second.
Okay.
What does WAP stand for? Is it A, worship and praise, B, wireless access point, C, waffles and pancakes, or D, none of the above?
It's gonna be D.
You are a winner. That's 2 for 2. Okay, we get one more.
I'm getting the ticket out right now because this is looking
We just
good.
have to.
Okay. You're picking good ones too.
Okay. Question number 3, and for the final, if he gets 3 for 3, he will win a free ticket.
To Scum.
Dude, hardcore.
Let's do Scum.
To the Scum Show coming soon in March. What's that date?
It's on February 28th. Can you make
February
it?
20th. Oh, that's
Wait,
the,
no, that's not.
That's the Juggerfest. So let's not pick which one.
Juggerfest.
Okay. According to his lyrics in What They Really Want, where did DMX meet Cookie? Was it A, the movies, B, the club, C, the ice cream parlor, or D, the bus stop?
Let's see. Ice cream parlor.
Holy shit!
3 to Breezy.
Oh,
The mixed
guys,
breed.
you're going to one of our shows.
Oh yeah, bro.
This is gonna be huge. This one is like we can't announce some of the things that are gonna happen, but you don't want to miss out on that. And then that's LSP, which is MMFP.
Diablo. That one is in February and that one's in March.
The production in this one's gonna be sick for the bus. Like it's
go.
sick. It's nice.
Hey man, you're the first one to get 3 for 3.
Let's
too.
go. Baby.
Here, let's show them which show. It is the hard core MMMFD. Let me see them. Yeah,
Got that little thing that was like,
that's hella good.
take that, Bob Barker.
I'm gonna ask you some more questions about yourself. Like, okay, you started out, you had a lot of influences with your family. Do you have a lot of performance experience on stage?
First performances were when I was 15. I did a couple shows. My older brother had gotten arrested, so we had some fundraising shows that we did for him. And so my first 2 experiences were around then, and then I maybe did a few shows when I was like 17 or so. And then I did a few in my early 20s, and then the last one I did before the 801 takeoff was maybe 2 years before that. I opened up for the Loonies. But yeah, it's been a handful over the years.
What's the show?
It was dope. It was dope. My mom was there, so
Yeah.
we got to chill in the back with Yuck Mouth and Numbskull, and we was smoking, so it was dope. You know what I mean? It was a cool show.
That was, I think I remember that one. I think wasn't that one at the complex or
It wasn't the complex, but it was a spot by the complex. It
In
was
the
right in
venue?
that area. Yeah, I don't remember the name of it, but it was right in that area.
Metro Music.
What's the Metro Music Hall?
Or was it
It
Depot?
was somewhere over there though. It might have been the depot. Might have
That
been
sounds
the
about
depot.
right.
20,
2024,
2024, something like that. It's been a little while.
So the first time you performed, what was it like? Were you able to connect with the audience?
I mean, I was definitely nervous, and I think we did connect with them for the fact that me and my brother Sean, we were younger kids, kind of, chasing our passion. So people are always gonna love that, you know what I mean? Um, so I do think that, yeah, like we did interact with the crowd, but I think it was the second performance where we really kind of were more comfortable and and we had our friends actually show up, and there was, a little bit more family there. So I think it was a little bit easier to try to get the crowd involved with us.
Cool. Like if there's one experience on stage, one story, one thing you did that was either wow or whoops, what is the one thing that stands out the most that is like either funny or really sad?
I mean, there was one show, my older brother hit me up randomly. And I hadn't done shows in a while at this point. He's like, "Hey, like show," like I was like, I don't really got none. I hadn't been recording with Sick Lake at the time, I didn't have nothing out. And I was like, I don't really got none. I got maybe one track with this one kid. So I ended up going, and me and my brother were drinking like a 32-ounce Miller High Life. And so I was a little buzzed before. And then I went and I ended up actually throwing up in the bathroom.
Oh no!
You were nervous too.
I think it was a mix. Yeah, it was a mix of the nerves and then I'm not a huge drinker, so like, yeah, and I threw up. We got up on stage, and I just had the background track with no lyrics on, just the beat basically, and I forgot my lyrics on there. Had to freestyle, and I did save myself. I feel like, but me knowing that I messed up, like it, like that kind of haunted me. Like,
I mean, disciplined you a little more.
oh yeah, to prepare. Absolutely, yeah. Have a flash drive ready and ready to rock.
Yeah, some people are just being completely unprofessional, man. Showing up all sloshed.
No, and I don't like to drink or do none of that before my
I
performances.
smoke sometimes.
You
Just but I do not because you do not want to get. We had a zero gravity performance where we had these helmets where we were smoking in them, and you couldn't see out of the helmet. It was a big fan, and I was baked. I was because it's like it's in there baking you. You take it off, and you're like, "Where we going? Oh yeah!" Like, oh, that's hilarious. But anyways, yeah, like if you ever became really, really big and you had a dream performance, what would you do?
So like the setup.
Like just like that big famous Daft Punk performance kind of thing. Like if you had like or like you just had $1 million to spend on your set, what would you do?
I think it'd be have like some kind of like wrestling WWE entrance, at the beginning where you come out and you got like the fireworks and all that. I think that would be lit just because that's a vibe on its own.
Going to the stage.
Yeah, exactly.
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Exactly. And then, taking some inspiration. One of the best shows I ever seen was Kendrick Lamar at the Delta Center. Is that what they call it?
It is called.
Yeah. And it was dope. He had this like big square thing where he was kind of like lifted up and like above like the whole ground, and just kind of something like that would be kind of lit too, where you're kind of like lifted above like a stage of its own above the crowd. Like,
Yeah, that punk in it right there.
yeah, I'm familiar with that.
Spaceship way above the crowd and come out of it in like canvases or some shit, but something like that, like where it's like a level down and a form on it, like a dock. Yeah, like, you gotta dream up. You gotta have a big imagination. Like, yeah, you could like manifest it, and it might happen. You never know. Like we're involved with the wrestling. You never know. Maybe we could kind of like create that moment for you if you ever want to do that. You never know. It's you put it out there and it'll come back, right?
That's cool.
That was a special honor.
That's why John Cena is my favorite of all time. John Cena is the MC. He's a rapper and a wrestler. Like, oh,
Yeah, he would take people down with his promos too, man. Just freestyling, rapping his whole.
I loved his whole ending. I loved how he left the game with a story. He gave a story to Gunther.
Yeah.
So that he can now take out all the legends. He left being taken out. You know what I'm saying? He
Got that. I'm so sure.
and he smiled. That he could never be taken out, and he finally was. And he was just like, "I'm out, guys. I'm never coming back." And it's just like, it's like, oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. John Cena's the GOAT. And it's crazy because I kind of have a big gap in wrestling for me. Like I said, I grew up with the aggression era. That was the main era I watched. I watched a bit of the Attitude Era as well, but that Ruthless Aggression era is the main era I remember. And I started getting back into it, and then I see that John Cena's back again, but he's like a heel now. Which is the bad guy, and so like it was just kind of crazy to see. But he's a legend. Like people are like, "Oh, he's the greatest of all time." People weren't saying that when I was a John Cena fan. People loved it, but they weren't saying he was a GOAT or nothing like that.
Yeah,
So
like,
it's dope to see him.
And he tried to go back heel, and he could not. He made babies cry. Like it was bad.
No, he did. He did make like some kid in Australia. Like it became a meme and everything.
He broke a heart on TV.
Yeah, he broke like some kid's heart on
heart.
TV. Like,
Crazy.
like he ended up like bringing him like onto like a later on show when he turned back babyface and like apologized to him. And
Yeah. Who is your favorite wrestler of all time? If you had one,
John Cena.
that's dope.
Number two, I can give you number two though. Jeff Hardy.
Okay.
Because his entrance was one of my favorite entrances. I used to get in trouble doing it.
he was the rule for provocative.
Yeah. So I used to get
Let's challenge you. Can you guess his number 3?
I guess his number 3.
Yeah.
Let me see. It have to be from the Ruthless Aggression. I'm gonna have to say Undertaker.
No, but I do like the Undertaker, but he wouldn't be my number 3. My number 3, I'd probably have to throw Rey Mysterio.
I didn't say him.
Yeah.
It's because Rey Mysterio, he's a legend.
Or Eddie.
Eddie's nice too. Eddie's a legend too.
I see Eddie. Have you ever been to any one of the live events?
Yes, when I was a kid, I was fortunate to go to 2. I went to 1. My neighbors got tickets, and they were like, "Hey, you want to go?" Because they were also wrestling fans. We geek out about wrestling together, so I went with them, and we were up in the nosebleeds, but it was still lit. Like you could feel the heat from the fire and all the fire.
No, it's all about just being there for the experience.
Yeah, just being there.
You might see a moment,
Exactly. It was dope. But the second one was cool. It was a small event. I don't even think they filmed it live.
But it was a house show.
Yeah, it was like a house show, but that one was, I think, doper because we had closer seats. We were kind of right by the entrance, so we got to see them all walk out.
That's
it was dope.
Thing about the house show.
Yeah.
They'll have to catch it. One time, I went to the last house show I went to when they came here. Kevin Owens. After he was done with his match, he did the worm. Can you imagine Kevin Owens doing? Yeah, that was a big ass worm. Oh, it was smooth. Oh, it was a pretty smooth worm too. It's a slug.
It's great.
It's pretty clean though. Like they had thrown like some kind of dancing thing into their match. He was wrestling the Miz, so they brought in like the Dancing with the Stars thing, and so Kevin Owens did the worm after he beat him.
Dope that you are a wrestling fan. We have about 5 more minutes left of the interview, so I want to just congratulate you for winning the 801 Takeoff.
Yeah.
A celebration, and I heard you just celebrated, which is sick. Do you want to shout out like everybody? Like this is a moment for you to just tell us like who.
This Kevin, that Kevin.
Yes, and your mama is here.
Yeah, shout out to my mama, my family. Shout out to you. Appreciate for y'all having me. Shout out to y'all and your whole production. I appreciate that. And shout out to Uncle Scoob, you know, for putting me on and riding with me and put me under his wing. And shout out to Wes, shout out to Blackout, shout out to Roy, shout out to, you know, the whole Sick Lake team. Shout out to Lamb. Shout out to everything that he's got going with self-expression music. Like, shout out to everybody doing their thing. You know, Salt Lake's killing it. So I appreciate y'all having me on the
Absolutely. Now, before we go, what do you have coming up in the future? Anything?
There will be shows. I don't have any dates or anything like that yet, but there will be shows. Probably a surprise to me. So. It's a surprise to y'all. So.
She's a common thread.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
just get caught on last minute. Like,
But like Uncle Scoob said, we like surprises. You know what I mean? Surprises are good things sometimes. You know, you need a little surprise sometimes. Like,
Surprises. I love being surprised by the good things, not the terrifying chaos, but the good things. You know what I mean? But yeah, so where can we find your music?
The Mixedbreed on all platforms, whether it's Apple Music, Spotify, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, whatever it is. You could also find Sick Lake on all platforms, YouTube as well.
Sick Lake represent.
Yeah. Sick Lake.
Yeah. SLC in the place to be. 801, you know we get it done.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on with me, Meduzi, and Sunny K9. Rep the Space Dogs. We are Zoetic Productions. This is episode 4 of Bring 'em Up Front. Did you have a good time? Hell yeah. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Yeah. All right. All right. Okay.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yeah. That was cool.
Bring 'em up to the front of the room for an interview on a Sunday afternoon. Bring 'em up to the front of the room for an interview on a Sunday afternoon.
We bringing them up front on Zoetic Promotions.